So this week we're working with spreadsheets. I'm going to assume that you can download this document and open it up just like this on your own. Once you have it opened up, this is still a CSV file. That means comma separated values file. This is not an Excel document, even though it's opened usually by default in Excel. So you need to file, save as, and you need to make sure you save it in your CSV 180 folder. You're going to create a new folder here. Spreadsheets. And we want to save it not as animals.csv, but as an Excel workbook. So you want to click on this button that says Save as Type and choose Excel Workbook. Okay, so now it's animals.xlsx, which is what we want. So I'm way zoomed in here, as you'll notice. The way I do that is I hold the control button down and I play with the scroll wheel on my mouse, and I can change the zoom of the spreadsheet, so I'm fairly zoomed in. We're going to play with this information a bit. It's kind of some silly data I found online. First thing I know is we can't see what this last one, I hate Annie, right? It gets cut off right here. So I want to resize it so I can read everything. So if I put my cursor between the letters A and B at the top of the spreadsheet, I can click and drag and resize the columns on the spreadsheet. I can also double click right there on that line, and it's going to automatically resize them to just the right size. Next thing we want to do is we want to insert a new row at the top so that we can add some labels, some headings. Okay, so we're right here, add a new row at the very top of the page. To do that, I'm going to click on the number 1, and there's two ways to do this. I can either go to the Home tab on the ribbon, the Cells group over here, and I can click this Insert button, or my preference is just to right-click, Insert. Okay, and it's going to insert a new row. I'm going to label this first item animals, and then frequency, and finally percentage. Okay, and I'm going to select the entire row and go to the Home tab and format it to be bold. So everything in that row, when it's finished thinking, is going to be bold. There we go. I want to resize so that these two columns are now too short or too narrow. I can either just double click on each of these spots, or I can select the entire spreadsheet and it's going to resize them all so that it's all readable.